Dear Diary, am I the only person who saw the movie Limitless and thought, a drug that fills you full of energy and confidence and an almost predatory sense of entitlement? Oh wait, we already have a drug that does that. It's called cocaine. And while we're on the subject of the film Limitless, Mr. De Niro, enough with the vanilla plain villain roles already, alright? Machete, Limitless, The Good Shepherd, we get it, you look good in a suit. You were Travis Bickle and Max Cady. Fucking act again. Your fans are waiting. My day job is a cook in a restaurant. Before we open to the public, I get to play music for a few hours of my shift on my iPod. Shuffle is plugged into a little deck speaker set. This morning I was listening to Slayer, a metal band that I have enjoyed for 20 years and I will continue to enjoy till I shake loose this mortal coil, return to my previous state of being loose debris.
I love Slayer.
Above and beyond most bands that last 20 years, because Slayer have always delivered intense, over-the-top aggressive music with morbidly cryptic lyrics. They never went through a phase where they tried to tie in hip-hop or put out a power ballad or experimented with a horn section or a symphony or any of that tepid, boring shit that most metal bands, most hard rock outfits do go through a phase. After the 20-year mark, most bands starting out are broke kids from bad neighborhoods. Bands put out a few CDs, they either gather a following or they disappear. If a musical act is lucky enough to tour the world a few times, they sell a few million copies of whatever they decide a collection of songs should be, and then they usually run out of steam about 10 years in. A few bands become huge and manage to keep releasing music on a regular basis for 20 years, but by that point they become a caricature of themselves. For example, Kiss, Guns N' Roses, U2, the Tragically Hip, Metallica, all of them and many others have become duller, less satisfying versions of themselves, but not Slayer. Slayer are better now than they were on their first albums, and continue to put out insanely negative, aggressive music. They are, in my opinion, the epitome of metal, in that they represent to me everything that is great about metal. When they are dead and in the ground, there will still be young men sitting alone in bedrooms trying to figure out how to play Slayer songs on their guitars. The woman who came into work to help me an hour into my shift this morning, she wanted to listen to Taylor Swift, and proceeded to by setting her iPhone on a counter and playing it as loud as her little cell phone media center would blast it out. Listening to separate music sources at the same time can give me a headache. Can give anybody a headache. But I've been listening to Slayer for as long as I've had pubic hair. Headaches are never a deterrent to me. In the depths of my pain and dual morning music ritual, I imagine Slayer in a battle with Taylor Swift. I imagine Jeff Hanneman punching Taylor right in the pop country muff right before Tom Araya runs up and gnaws a big chunk off of her big empty head. Thinking about Slayer hurting Taylor Swift makes me happy. Later in the day, a co-worker offered me a free copy of Russell Peters' latest offering. It felt so good to turn that offer down. Russell Peters is one of the most successful comedians ever, and I've never enjoyed his stuff. Russell Peters is another giant empty bobblehead in the parade of pop culture I don't get. Jeff Foxworthy, Jay Leno, Larry the Cable Guy, Donald Trump, Oprah and all her cronies. I can easily imagine Slayer kicking, punching, beating these dull acts into a bloody submission. I imagine the Wu-Tang Clan taking a long drive out to New Jersey, finding the cast and crew of Jersey Shore and all their immediate family members, and the Wu-Tang Clan then shoots them in the face. I imagine the Ghostface Killer diddling Suki's empty ocular cavities with his wiener. And all of this horror pleases me. I imagine Kerry King kicking Dane Cook in the throat until blood shoots out of Dane's ears. Thoughts like this get me through another day of cooking for a living. The Gift of the Magi? Gremlins? Hello? I wasted many years trying to impress a handful of people that have zero memory and no concern outside of their own gratification. And this realization doesn't make my day any better. It just gives contempt another vote when the what's important to me election comes tomorrow morning. To all the brainwashed, positive thinking matters neophytes, I would ask you to flip through a history book and find me a single occasion where positive energy has ever changed anything of substance. Show me how Buddha's light has helped free Tibet. Show me where the Holy Ghost in all of his graceful essence were present in Dachau or Auschwitz. Explain to me the karmic upside and the balance of an Iraq on fire. The closed eyes, lowered forehead, slower breathing, in through the mouth, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You're not achieving enlightenment, you're restricting the flow of oxygen to your brain. You're yawning. You're not connected to a source. You're choking. You can try to wish away negative energy all you want, but it's here. It's fear. Get used to it. When I was a kid, I thought my dad put way too much time into negativity. And if he only took some time to laugh and enjoy the day, he'd get more out of life. I thought that when I was a kid. Do you know why I thought that when I was a kid? Because I was a fucking idiot then. I'm approaching 40 now. I got no friends, no prospects, piles of bills to pay. Knowing what I know now, I'm amazed that my father didn't club a spoiled fat spawn of his to death like baby seals while we slept. The fact that he ever smiled was a miracle. Being an adult can and does on many occasions suck. Talking about it helps, I guess. I don't know. If I knew shit about anything, I wouldn't be vlogging.